Hey, welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. My first guest, great friend of the show, great comedian. He'll be at Caroline's, April 10th through 12th.
Our favorite club.
Darrell Hammond. What's
Besides
up?
the cellar.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Hey, man. I have my own logo, so I'm feeling good.
You have your own logo?
Yeah.
Now, how'd that come?
Like RG3. Does he have his own logo?
He does, absolutely,
Yeah.
I think.
Mine's not quite as good as his. It's kind of,
Do you have one?
No.
I used to like
DH1?
pretend to make
no, it's
logos
kind of
and
like
stuff.
it's like an image of me, you know, in a Yankee hat, smoking a cigarette. You know, standing in Times Square, but there's no one there, and I'm like going, ooh. What the hell?
Well, that
Story of
sounds
my life.
interesting.
Yeah, it's a great
That'd
logo.
be good.
Tom Brady has one of those too.
Who?
Tom Brady has one of those. It seems
kinda
like the
hard. I
thing to
mean-
do now.
Well, if you're Tom Brady or
you have
RG3.
like, yeah.
See, but RG3,
Clothing
it's
line.
too early. Part of RG3's problem right now, so far he's a bust, and I think it's because there's so much anticipation.
He was a bust
logo.
for half the time. Like first year, great. Second year, terrible.
He wasn't amazing
So-
the first year.
Well, he
Yeah.
took him to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well,
A bad team to the playoffs. That I thought that
if
was
you got
great.
Tom Brady's resume, then it's logo time.
Yes,
and then
I
think
agree
he
with
Does
you
does.
there.
LeBron have one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure he does.
All those guys. Kevin Durant's got one.
Yeah.
So what does that
Kobe's
mean
got
for your
his.
brand? It's like, so if you get you just
I don't know. I think that's the ultimate in branding, right?
Yeah.
You need to make a logo.
I
Besides the one with you aimless in Times Square.
No, I like that.
No, it's actually like an action figure, and you
That's a
like
good-
stick it in the, you just poke it in the stomach, and it goes, huh?
It's a non-action figure. What do you think about the Jeter situation? You know, him going city to city getting gifts. What do you think of that whole thing in baseball where they give you gifts?
It's kind of out of his control, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they're sort of making him do it.
I think he'd just like to play.
Yeah.
It
I
seems
think
to me
he's-
that that's sort of not sort of against his nature, but he respects the
distraction.
fans and the
Right.
game, and the fans in the game want to do it for him, so he's going to go through it.
It's just weird to go to Houston and have that done.
I know.
How about
What's
this?
going on?
Tanaka is the first Yankees pitcher with 10-plus strikeouts within his first 2 career games since Dan Tipple in 1915.
Did he get the win tonight, Tanaka?
Yeah,
Looks that way.
they lost tonight, but
lost.
he actually looks really good. That guy.
I hope so, man. 144 mil. He's flying his family over in jets.
First since 1915.
He's a really good pitcher.
So did he get the loss then? It was 3-3.
I'm not sure.
He was 1-0. That first outing was beautiful. Looked great.
I mean,
what do you think?
it's his first time in the majors. It's his first time in the Bronx. It's
Yeah.
his first time playing these kind of guys for whatever that means.
It could work two
The
ways.
guy's got stuff, man.
Yeah, no, you're
But
right.
it seems like he
looks
comes
great.
into game. It seems like he figures it out as the game progresses. Early in the
Right
game,
guy.
Yeah, that's natural.
He gives
Right.
up.
I mean, he's new to
hits
the
and
league.
dongs.
It's his first year in the big leagues.
Yeah,
And
no,
Yeah.
144
That's a great
million,
point.
all this attention. A lot of guys from Japan. Some of them are just real cool about it. Some of them go nuts. But
I mean, you're in the Bronx.
right, Hideki Araba, was that the guy who killed himself? It was a
Ow.
tragic story. Couldn't deal with it.
Like if I was like, I don't know how they stay out of Washington Heights, to be honest with you. I mean,
Me
those
too.
dance clubs, those great dance clubs. I mean,
There's so much temptation.
I I used to go up there just to like look at what was there.
I used to go cop there,
Oh, yeah?
It was, there's so much temptation up there.
Oh, yeah.
Forget the gambling clubs. There's gambling clubs up there. I mean, that's hilarious. Within 20 feet of Yankee Stadium, you could ruin your whole career.
I gambled once. It didn't stick to me like the rest of the
Good
stuff.
for you. I loved
it's
it.
too
It might have been my
frustrating.
favorite addiction.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I love the idea of chips, especially casino gambling, going there getting the chips.
Oh,
Here, down here, double down here. Let's go tonight.
it smells good. I love the smell of casinos.
I do too. Well,
Perfume, cigarette smoke.
and for us, it smells like money. A comic,
Yeah. Oh, it is.
Did you play a lot of casinos?
I didn't play that many, but I loved every one of them I played.
Yeah.
I mean, they pay great.
They do pay great.
My first job in Vegas, I got paid $20,000 to do supposed to do 15 minutes in front
Beautiful.
of the High Rollers. They had a party for the High Rollers.
Oh, nice.
I won't say the name of the club, but it's really famous.
Yeah.
The hotel.
All right.
I mean, these were guys that had spent $1 million or more, and there were about 100 of them. And I walked out on stage, and there were like naked women walking around. And I mean, I say this once, I say it 100 times. I mean, you're not funny in a brothel. I mean, there's naked chicks. I mean, hot naked chicks.
There's a lot of distraction going on.
And you know, I was up there, and I'd never seen anything like this. So I'm up there, and I'm like 7 minutes into it. They haven't even looked at me. They have not looked my way.
They don't care, yeah.
And I mean, I've already done Letterman at this point. Like, I'm doing my Letterman set, you know, and they're not even looking at me. And so after 7 minutes, I walked off stage.
What are you gonna do?
I got so frustrated, I walked to the producer of the show, and I went, you know, you guys keep your money. You just keep your money. And she's like, why? I'm like, I only did 7 minutes. She goes, so? I go, they didn't even look at me. She goes like this. She goes, she's writing. She's like, so what?
They don't care.
Welcome to Vegas.
Yeah, well, I put this in my second book. I did a corporate gig at the Playboy Mansion once, and no one was looking at me at all. I had to go after a band because all these hot Playboy bunny chicks are serving them food, and they don't even know what I'm saying.
I feel like you could be in the World Series in the 9th inning with 2 outs anywhere in any... And like 100 super hot chicks walking naked, it's a distraction.
It just, like it's not perfect for
naked,
comedy.
and they start sitting on your lap. And it's a distraction.
It doesn't. Your setups don't go over that
I mean,
well.
you know, it was so bizarre. You know, they had like the best Elvis impersonator I've ever seen doing an incredible impression of Elvis Presley, like incredible. Yeah, and nothing.
Nothing at all. You just can't get any.
Wise men say. And these guys aren't even look. I was like, damn, this guy's like an artist.
They're not even close. Don't you feel bad for the Elvis impersonators? The ones that are that good. You're like, God, like what? If it wasn't for Elvis, this guy would be Elvis.
Yeah, yeah.
It's an odd thing to do for a living.
That's very smart of you to say. It's almost as good as when you give a hooker $500 to get the coke, she's not coming back.
Right, that's some good life advice.
That's the best line I've ever heard. I repeat it to people all the time, all over the country. And people go, yeah.
She's not coming back.
That's right.
It's life advice.
Perfect.
It's life advice. But these guys, if you ever really sit and talk to them, they're kind of tragic figures. Elvis impersonators.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, this guy was like an artist.
Right.
Like it should be in a museum. It's like when you think of Elvis impersonators, this should be in a museum. The guy was amazing, and nothing.
You know what's really depressing is an Elvis Costello impersonator. Those guys make no money.
Oh yeah. Right. Okay. All right.
Yeah, the wrong
enough.
Elvis. But these guys who make the Rat Pack thing in Vegas, I went to go see recently, where you in Atlantic City, it's all the Rat Pack guys.
That's nice.
Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis, and I don't know. There's just something depressing about it.
Why?
I don't know. Sadness is dripping off these guys. You know,
off the guys on stage.
Yeah. They're imitating these people.
Well, I think you're more perceptive than the average creature. After all, you did coin the hooker line.
Right.
It is only the best thing ever said.
Well, no.
By anybody like Abe Lincoln, Einstein, Artie Lange.
Yeah, that was quoted in Science magazine. Well, now, have you been on the road a lot, or are you just doing like local clubs?
No, I don't do that much stand-up. But
you don't like going on the road a lot anymore.
I do for money. If it's really good money, I will. But otherwise, no. I mean, no.
Well, what about the corporate gigs? Are they still there? Do you still do a lot of those?
A little. I mean,
because during SNL, you must have done a ton of those.
Yeah, back then I did at least one a week.
Right.
For years.
Why not? Yeah.
But I mean, the interesting thing is, I don't want to say the name of the college.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm doing. I'm so happy about this. I'm getting paid extremely well to do a commencement address.
Wow.
At a college.
Nice.
I mean, think about that.
Yeah.
Graduated with a
great.
2.1.
Yeah, but you know,
that's awesome.
But those are people that should be interviewed.
I'm gonna go. You know what? I graduated with 2.1, and I achieved every one of my dreams.
You did.
Think about that, y'all.
Right.
Yeah. So you're the one who should how did you do it? That's
Do you remember who your commencement address person was?
I didn't even go.
All right.
We got to take a break. Back, Darrell Hammond after this.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.